Well, welcome back to the Boondocks Homestead, y'all. I'm glad you're back. And if this is your first time to our channel, I'm so glad you're here. This morning, I wanted to bring you out to the garden and I wanted to show you these. This is the first year I've grew them. They're called Tromboncino Squash. And they're pretty amazing, actually. And they are all over the place. So I picked 4 the other day and I only had a couple of them that were green. And they get big. They get really long and big. You have a lot of meat in these things, okay? So, or flesh. And so, anyways, I'm gonna show you some of these, and I'm gonna cook one of these. I don't know how I'm gonna cook it yet. I think I'm gonna make a casserole out of it, and maybe some bread. I gave one to my mother-in-law, and she was going to make some bread, and I haven't heard back from her yet. But these are resistant, pretty much resistant to a lot of different bugs, your squash bugs and everything. So that's why I'm going to keep doing them. Now, I did research that if you want them to cook with them, you know, pick them when they're young and green. And if you want to store them over the winter, like a winter squash, then you want to pick them when they're tan or yellow. Well, I've noticed a lot of mine are already tan and yellow. So I was like, well, what's up with that? So this area over here of our garden, it's beside our garden, but we haven't really put a lot of manure and stuff to really work that soil up over here on this side. So that is one of the problems. Bee pollinators is one of the problems because your squashes have a female flower and a male flower, and they have to be pollinated and stuff, and so bees could be a problem. But I don't think bees are a problem because we have bees. I mean, we have lots of bees. We have, you know, and we do the honeybees. So I don't think the bees is a problem. I think it's that dirt. And so I think next year maybe we can work a lot of, we have plenty of manure. We have goats, we have rabbits, we have chickens. We have a lot of manure, and just make sure it's not hot when we put it in there, and then work that in. Maybe I don't know. I haven't talked to Tim yet, but maybe, you know, he could put some in this winter and work it in there for next spring when we start planting these. I'm definitely going to keep planting these. Now, like I said, this is our first year. I haven't tasted them. I can't tell you what they taste like. If you are watching and you've had one, get in the comments. Let me know. Let me know how they are. But we're going to try them. So I'm just going to go around here and I'm going to show you some of these. And if there's one that looks like I could pick it, I'll go ahead and pick it. But like I said, I picked 4 big ones, you know, big ones. But they do get really big. So let's look. So I didn't really see any that I wanted to pick yet because they're not real big. But I do have some that I did pick, and I'll show you those here in a minute. But I did want to tell you that also, the reason I say it's dirt is because, or our dirt, is because um, it's got to be real well fertilized. These squash, particular squash, like to be very well fertilized, and we didn't really. And that can cause them to turn yellow quick, tan quick, and not grow as big. Okay, so we're going to work on that. We're definitely going to work on that. But in the meantime, this year, we're blessed with what we got, and we're going to use it. I'm going to cook with it. I'm going to use it. There's nothing wrong with it. You know, it just matured, I guess, quicker than what it would have if we would have had good rich soil. Okay, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna fix that up and do that next year, and you can see that they go crazy. But it's worth it to me to grow these because you don't have to worry about squash bugs, which means you don't have to put any pesticides, even 7-Dust. You all know we use a little bit of 7-Dust sometimes on our zucchini squash because the bugs will just eat them up and there'll be nothing. You know, so, and I hate doing that. I do hate doing that, but sometimes you've got to, or you won't have a crop. You won't have anything, you know. But these, we've put nothing on these. You can see how tall the weeds are in there, and we've put nothing on this, and nothing's eating them. Now, where I pulled that one, you can see there's a little bit dying right there. I pulled one there, and I got into that vine, and I tore that vine, and that's why that's dying. But other than that, I mean, they're healthy. Besides not having probably enough nutrients, and I'm not a I'm not an expert on soil or anything else. But just from what I've researched, I'm thinking that's probably what. And like I said, if you know anything about it, let me know. But I think that's probably our problem, and we need to work on that because I'm definitely going to be growing these from now on. Um, But like I said, we'll cook something with them, and I'll put that video on here when I get ready to, like I said, I think I'm going to make a casserole out of it or something, some kind of, something good. I want something good. And I know it'd be, you know, you can fry it. We might fry some up too at the same time. Fry some up and do a casserole. So stay tuned for that video, all right? Because I'm going to do it, and we'll see how it tastes. And I'll tell you the truth if I think I like it or not. I think I'll still grow them even if I don't like to eat them. But they say they taste. All right. If I had to prop my camera up because the wind, that breeze feels so good though. But that wind was just knocking the camera. It kept knocking the camera over. But anyways, we'll fry a little bit up. We'll do a casserole. Like I said, my mother-in-law was going to make some bread out of it. I'll let you know how that turned out. And we'll go from there. But like I said, I think I'm still going to grow them no matter what. But I have, as I was researching it, they say it tastes just like zucchini squash. So if it tastes just like zucchini, I think I'm going to like it because we grow zucchini every year. So, anyways, all right. Well, I guess I'll go ahead and get off of here. I wanted to share that with you. Um, and then stay tuned for the video I'm going to put on when I make something out of those, okay? And I'll show you a couple of the ones that I already pulled, all right? Y'all have a blessed day, rest of your day, and Lord willing, I'll catch you on the next one.